Hi, in today's video, I'm going to guide you through the process of downloading, setting up, and running a Flutter sample application that uses the Ditto Edge SDK. This app connects to a Ditto Cloud configured with the MongoDb Connector and showcases a list of movies sourced from the MFlix sample dataset provided by MongoDB Atlas. Before we dive into the code, let's make sure you have everything you need to follow along. You'll need a Ditto Portal account, Git installed, MongoDB Atlas account with sample data installed, the Ditto MongoDB Connector set up and verified in the Ditto Cloud. You'll need the Android SDK installed if you plan on using Android devices. You'll need Xcode with the command line tools installed if you plan on using iOS devices. Finally, you'll need the Flutter and Dart SDKs installed and properly configured. If you haven't set up a Ditto Portal account, created a MongoDB Atlas instance, or installed the MFlix sample data, no worries. I've linked a separate walkthrough video in the description that covers this step by step. I highly recommend completing those prerequisites before continuing. In this video, I'll be using Visual Studio Code as my development environment, but feel free to use any IDE you're comfortable with, whether that's IntelliJ, Android Studio, Vim, or some other IDE. I'll walk you through pulling down the code from GitHub, running the app locally, and connecting it to your configured MongoDB and Ditto environments. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional Flutter application pulling real-time data using Ditto's powerful sync capabilities, syncing information in real time to MongoDB Atlas. With that, let's get started. First, let's grab the code from GitHub. Open the GitHub repo. A link is provided in the video description. You can click on the code button and then copy either the SSH or HTTPS link. Now you can open up a terminal window and clone the code. Now you can navigate to that source code in your IDE of choice. Make sure you navigate to the folder with the Flutter code inside of it. It'll be labeled Flutter. With the IDE open, some IDEs will prompt you to run pub-get in order to download all the packages. I'm going to do that in Visual Studio Code, however you could also do this from the terminal. With the repo open in Visual Studio Code, I'm now going to open the main.dart file, which can be found in the lib folder. You should see after the import statements 4 variables: app ID, token, WebSocket URL, and auth URL. To get these values, I'm going to go back to the Ditto Portal. The app ID, auth URL, and WebSocket URL can be found under the Big Peer Connection information section. You can use the square icons next to the values to copy them into your clipboard and then paste them into the main Dart file. The online playground authentication token can be found under the authentication mode section, which also provides a square icon to copy it to the clipboard. Once the main Dart file has been updated with these values, you can run the Flutter application in order to run it on one of your devices. Remember, you need to have an iOS simulator, Android emulator, or physical device connected to your computer, or the Flutter run command won't be able to find devices to install the app on. For Android, I'm going to use a physical Google Pixel 6 phone that's connected to my computer. For iOS, I'm going to use a physical iPhone 13 Pro that I have connected to my computer. Both phones can only connect to the internet using Wi-Fi and do not have cellular service. Now I'm going to push the apps to both the iPhone and Google Pixel using Visual Studio Code. Once the app is up and running, you'll notice it does take a few moments to pull down the movies from the Ditto Cloud. With both apps running and a list of movies showing, we now can make some changes and look at the process of what it takes to update one mobile app to another, then have that information go to the Ditto Cloud and MongoDB using the MongoDB Connector. I'll start by updating a movie to the year 2025. I'm going to pick the movie Rio 2. I'm going to click on it on my physical iPhone device, and you can see here I have a button with a pencil that says allows me to edit. Notice I have my physical device. I'm using QuickTime to show it, so I have to use my physical device to update information. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the year here on my physical device and type in 2025. And then now a save icon will appear up here. I'm going to go ahead and save that. We'll see that now that movie is 2025. Notice on the Android phone I have running side by side, it instantly updated to 2025. This is because both the iOS and Android application were written using observables, and any change of data changes, they automatically update each other. Now let's look at the Ditto Cloud and MongoDB Atlas to see those changes. I'm now going to open up the Ditto collection viewer inside of the Ditto Portal. I can use the DQL editor to find any movie with the year 2025 in it. As you can see here, I already have that in my history, but you can type in this query. Once you click on it, you'll see that this is the movie Rio that we just updated. I want to copy the ID in so that I can use Visual Studio Code's MongoDB Connector in order to look for that document. I'm going to use the find function and pass in the _ID of an object ID with the ID I just copied from the Ditto Portal. I can now run this using the little tiny play icon. You'll see here the document comes back from MongoDB, and if we look at the year, it does say 2025. This is the power of Ditto, enabling offline first applications with seamless peer-to-peer code syncing and sync into MongoDB Atlas. With a minimum setup, you can build apps that instantly sync, keep devices in sync even offline, use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and local networks for data transfers, and sync information from the Ditto Cloud to MongoDB Atlas. I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.